Did you see they took away the? So here's one thing that I like Trump keeps taking away people's security clearances, and at first it seems a little petty. It's like, they don't get their version of the Wall Street Journal doesn't show up this week or whatever. Like they don't get to be like, oh, Syria's falling, ho ho ho, and get to kind of gloat over that they know these secrets. It's not about that. It's about the jobs that they can get with those clearances. Apparently, like having those clearances is a golden ticket in certain occupations, and so it's taking away some of their ability to make money post government job, especially with. I liked when he took Fauci's security people away too. I like that.
That's good. They shouldn't be able to parlay
security
that
clearances is so that you can tap into the previous administration for wisdom, right? So and I don't think they do that anymore. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Obama called W and was like, okay, just between us, here I am. And W's like still current on events because he has, the security reports are coming to him or go back one, maybe W calls Clinton and says, all right, here's the situation. What'd you think about this during the Cole thing? What do you know? Let's put our heads together. But I never in a million years could hear Trump calling Biden saying, I'm in a jam here, Biden. Tell me what you would do.
They asked him.
Yeah.
They asked Trump, like,
I'm listening.
It was right after the funeral because he'd been with all the presidents were there. And he's like, which of those presidents there do you think he'd be most likely to call and lean on for information? And he's like, well, I think Clinton. I think Clinton's still very much with it. He was a heck of a politician, real people person. It's like, that's the best answer he's given in weeks. It was such a cogent, well-formed answer. I've been watching Trump every day. It's just such a show. It's just such a show. He had Pam Bondi bring out one of those angel moms. Do you know what an angel mom is?
I think I'll know after you tell me.
Is it they're the mom of someone who died in a war or overseas combat?
Gold star mom?
That's a gold star parent.
It's a gold star.
So an angel mom is when a Puerto Rican, Venezuelan kills your daughter.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So it's like if an illegal kills your daughter?
Yeah. So like Pam Bondi comes out and she talks about the laws and whatever she's going to change. She's running the DOJ now. And then she's like, listen to her. And then he brings out this angel mom. She said, my daughter was raped and murdered by this and she lays out this whole case. This guy came here illegally and he got on one of those flights that I guess the taxpayers paid for, and we shipped him to another place and then we got him into some housing that was run by another different illegal. And then he was able to get a room in the same mobile home trailer that this 19-year-old girl was in. And he raped and murdered her within 5 days of living there and stole her $6. And I don't think that was his first murder. It was like, so when they have those press conferences regularly where they bring out the mothers of the victims and every single time the person says, thank God President Trump is here. Thank God common sense is back in Washington. He made me a promise 4 months ago that this would be on the docket. And here I am today. It is law. And then when he went to North Carolina, he's got old grannies.
Did she say the thing? Promises made, promises kept, or just
she didn't say that. She looked like she'd been crying.
Says that I'm going to get to pull the lever that hangs him in the middle of the halftime show next year.
These are his testicles. They were sent to me last night from President Trump.
When we got his balls off, he cried like a bitch. He said, please don't cut my balls off. Let me keep them. I said, not a chance. You're not keeping the balls. You raped and murdered an American citizen. I'm taking your balls. And that's what we took his balls, and now I gave him to the Gold Star mother. It's a damn shame, but she's happier than she's ever been.
For the last 3 minutes of his life, he sang soprano.
He makes fun of the balls like they were small.
Right. Little balls, you would never find these balls in my scrotum, not once. You could fit 16 of these in my scrotum.
Is that one ball or two?
People say it's because I've got that thing old guys get where you get the big scrotum. It's not true. It's always been big. I've always had big balls. Definite. It's not an edema, no matter what the doctor
says. Yeah, and then
that is good. He should humanize a lot of those things.
What happened to the guy, the bad guy?
Oh, they've got him now.
He's in jail.
I don't remember. They did something to him. I'm sure he's in jail. Oh, and then
they
had
him deported.
No, we kept him. We're going to do stuff to him.
There's some daylight between Taylor and I on this. Taylor is often deport him, don't spend another penny on him. Maybe not this guy. Maybe it's a different kind of thing.
We don't deport them when they've committed crimes here. We
that would be my
crimes
vote.
and they serve time.
I'm like, they need to get punished. I don't want people going on rape vacations in America, knowing that they just get sent back like a free flight home.
It should be like a death penalty, just like immediately. Like none of this horse shit of like, oh, it actually costs more money to put him to death. And it's like, yeah, it's because of a bunch of nonsense bureaucratic shit. We know this guy did it. He's an illegal. Execute him.
Anyone who's put a dog down knows $80 will get it done.
$80. $80. How much does a bullet cost? Like, how much does one low quality bullet cost? Yeah, let's do that. Or like one, like a zip tie. How cheap is a zip tie? Just one guy walks up and is like, "You're guilty," and they just go right around his neck, and then he is suffocated.
I saw that in a movie a couple nights ago. I was like, "Oh my god, what's she gonna do now?" He had like this giant zip tie, and he just put it over her head and went, zip, and then she's fucked. I was like, "She's."
Yeah, what do? You don't have scissors in your pocket.
No, it's not like you get them under there anyway. Can't. Way over here.
Woody's like, I've been, after you saved yourself from that.
I've been waiting for this day.
Unfortunately, he's honed those scissors to a razor's edge. He immediately nicks his jugular and bleeds out.
But if Woody survives, then he'll be the one kind of talking like this. Listen to me, RFK. Yeah. So yeah, we got to get that guy. We just pop him in the head, move on. Dunzo. Not taking up room in our nice pristine prisons.
He did the same kind of press conference in North Carolina and Asheville when he had those people whose homes had been destroyed and FEMA hadn't helped them. And he's like, "No, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Maybell. Maybell, come on up here." And he steps to the side, and Maybell takes, and she's all old white lady and all teary eyed. "FEMA come, and they left, and here we was, no sewer, no electricity, no power, no food. And President Trump come, and everything changed." And she just goes on this whole thing about how President Trump has come and saved the day. And she's like, "Thank you, President Trump. I love you." I was like, "Oh my God, this is the best thing ever." He's such a master of the show. He's such a good showman. Every now and then, because he plays off the cuff so much and he just stops and talks to the cameras, I think he loses some of his mystique. If he only did those press conferences with the victims that he wheels out, he'd do a lot better. Because those hit me well. Every time I'm affected, I'm like, "He's not making that up."
Yeah,
that's a victim who he promised to fix their problem, and here he is fixing their problem. And there he did.
I saw the clips that were running at the same time. At least it was probably on Fox, where they were showing like the giant like miles of lines, because it was right before that giant winter storm hit, and so there were just miles of people like waiting in line to get propane so they wouldn't fucking freeze to death. Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, Eastern Carolina. Okay. Or no, I'm sorry, Western Carolina.
Is this related to the hurricane?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
The hurricane hit, and then shortly after that, before everything was done, like that giant winter storm came through and crushed a bunch of people. And so there were just lines and lines of cars like trying to get propane so they could, get heat to not fucking die. And they were using that to goose the emotion of the situation more, which it seems like a valid thing, but
some people resorted to cannibalism, I'm told, in the far reaches of Western North Carolina.
Dude,
I wouldn't like that.
Frustrated me. So I have friends in Western North Carolina, and actually same guy, paramotors in a hurricane. And there was so much like misinformation or like intentional lies getting spread that I got really sensitive about it. One was that they were gonna the government was taking over this town because there's electric car battery ingredients in there, and they're buying this. I'm hearing there's like bodies in the trees, and the first responders are told they're not allowed to come in. All of it untrue. That like these FEMA people, they told them that they were there to steal your home. So people are greeting the FEMA people with guns, telling them to get off my land. And it's like you are being lied to so that the other side can win an election. And that seems wrong. This is a disaster. Do we have to politicize it with disinformation?
Yes.
I guess so.
Yes. I guess so. Yeah.
The disinformation is from the FEMA stealing. The Trump
stones.
Organization is a mini tendril monster, So the stuff you're talking about, that doesn't come directly from the horse's mouth or even his inner circle. That's the actors who are out there in social media having their fun. That could be Russian bots even, which I'm sure.
On the other hand, so I guess they immediately gave, it was either $500 or $750 because people stopped working. And a lot of people living week to week couldn't buy diapers, groceries, whatever it is, like your immediate needs. So they came into North Carolina and they instantly started handing out $750 checks to almost anybody, right? Like, clearly you live here, show me your driver's license, here's a check. Now you can eat. Now your kid can have diapers because you don't have extra cash. Cool. And they started acting like that was the only thing we were going to do. Oh, you lost your house? Here's $750. Go kick rocks. And it's like, no. That was the amount they decided that they could give away. And even if you robbed America for $700, we'd still be okay. That was just an initial emergency check that they painted as the only check.
I never saw anything about people being like, they're stealing my land for precious metals. That must have missed
big in
me.
my world. But that one hit my friends. They bought it. They believed it and shared it with me. Look what's happening. My friend owns an Airbnb, so she attended this town council meeting where this is what was said. And I'm like,
we need the lithium in Nashville.
Yeah.
All the lithium in Nashville is ours.
They just take it if they wanted it anyway. Yeah, I only saw this stuff of like particularly low income people over there were
what I remember?
High and dry after the $700 check for a very long time. I remember
during the Obama administration, the conspiracy theory about FEMA setting up like these camps in Texas or maybe in the South somewhere, and FEMA's ordered 50,000 body bags outside of the Dallas area. They're preparing for a mass casualty event. There's all these like conspiracy theories that FEMA was always wrapped up with the Obama administration. I'm like, don't they just help people whose houses flood? Like I'm sure there's plenty of waste and nonsense going on. I'm sure there was some Estonian LGBTQ dances that needed to be funded, but most
you have to do that.
Yeah.
Really, it's probably like some congressman's nephew owns a body bag company.
But frankly, we need to raise the funding because you didn't put a T on it.
Oh, you didn't put enough letters in the fucking.